Berlin, are you ready to witness destiny?
And we got a Ring of Fire. It's Angel Boy who takes most of the lickings early on. Lenar took a route that takes him on a collision course with Boss, but doesn't fancy that fight. He'll continue to run laps here though. Now this time around, Boss is too low to ward the Kenji away.
Angel Boy occupying all of the space in mid. Luki trying to push forward, but not ready to be rejected by the Chester. He is countered so much by Angel Boy, also at mid, having to back away. Boss now pops a gadget, retreating back. But Angel Boy is the perfect distance away to snap up that kill.
Boss made a bit of space though, and that's what Luki's looking to make use of now. Space that Lenar very quickly reoccupies. With that Fink super still in play, it's very difficult for Luki to put any pressure down. But another Draco super is going to be a problem for the Kenji, and he is cleared away.
Angel Boy on this Sphinx matchup knows exactly what he's going to be facing at the hands of this Draco. He pollutes that time warp with all kinds of fire that you can't push towards. You can't dodge it out. So anytime he has that super, it is a death sentence for any control that FUT Esports have. Lenar in a forward position, looking for the kill on Luke. He gets it! Both swipes connect. Now deep in enemy lines, punishing Semantic with yet another strikes one, but no kill.
Boss in the meantime though is actually getting this point capture going, and Luki's holding a hyper into the time warp though. Easy enough to dodge this, but it's going to keep Nob out of the picture for a little bit longer. Lenar is still at large in the backline though.
Just trying to reconnect with the team. Here comes the hypercharge. Angel Boy not anywhere near picking it up. It's going to be reserved for Lenar, but he needs the super first, and they're going to have to make a miracle happen now. 10% to go for Humble. Boss pushing forward with the Draco hypercharge. Semantic and Luki on the flank, ready to survive, and nothing left for FUT Esports to do. Game one.
Last stand with the super that basically overrides Finks' time warp. FUT Esports need to find a way to clear Draco away properly.
Well, they need Angel Boy to connect the shots is pretty much it, but the thing is, Draco has this gadget that's going to keep him alive. Angel Boy with the teleportation and ammo restoration. Should get the kill on Boss with the assistance from Nob. That is called identifying the target and hammering down with every member of the team. Luki and Semantic know that Draco is their win condition. They're really just here for support. And Boss on the mid, still waiting for his chance to move in. Lenar just playing around, trying to keep that super away from him. One connection is all it takes for Boss. Now into the Dragon form once again, into the Fink super as well. But FUT were prepared this time.
Boss just dipping a toe on the point here and there, caught out by the sashimi though. It's Nob actually who finished the job. Luki returns to the point though. Those sandbags are a bit of an issue for Chester. He has to spend ammo on working them down. Lollipop drop means Boss can get pretty close to Lenar here, but another time warp on the point, and Boss just disintegrated. This time, FUT get the lead.
Lenar on the left side, hiding behind these obstacles, but still looking to pick a fight with either Luki or Semantic. He's just trying to get that super, looking for the next hypercharge. Nob is ready to assist him, and here comes the hypercharge from Boss. Moves Angel Boy all the way out of the zone, but Lenar is ready to take advantage of a vulnerable Luki. Nope, not quite vulnerable. Has the fourth shot, and an easy two-shot takedown.
There's a free hypercharge that's going to be handed over to the Kenji, though. That is dangerous. Lenar is in a playmaker's position, but FUT Esports need to assert themselves again pretty quickly as Humble have edged back into the lead.
Humble all over this point, but here's a hypercharge from Lenar. Looks for two, one onto Luki, and a second one onto Semantic could follow, but they need to get Boss out of these back lines. That was nearly an easy kill, and the health restoration alongside the survival. Humble still can't push in.
Boss, a nuisance here inside super, eventually brought down. Another time warp at a timely juncture for FUT Esports. Now, they're well and truly in the lead. Angel Boy's forced to warp here, but Humble need to clear them off the point, and that seems like a tall order indeed.
That's right. And it's going to take a huge amount of skill from either of these teams to rectify the issues of the past monthly finals.
70 championship points on the line for this game, by the way, which is pretty good if you get kicked out of monthly finals early.
That's what puts Humble in second place. And it put them on the same half of the bracket as FUT, but FUT getting bested in the group stage is what led them to the bottom half of the bracket today. It's what ultimately leads to them facing in the grand finals, our second EMEA versus EMEA Brawl Cup in history.
Good start here for Humble. Lenar's not been able to be much of a factor. Some of the maps starting to get cleared up. That's much to Lenar's chagrin. He now can't hide behind his barrels as he approaches, and Luki can poke down in the direction of the Kenji. Hard now to deal with that damage. Semantic's more than happy to fight here on the point. Lollipop drop for an extra second or so of capture progress. And now it's up to Luki again.
Not ready for the hypercharge. Who's it going to? Back to Nob? Okay, he's got a power-up, so that helps, but he's not going to be able to do anything with that hypercharge buff on the right side. Lana looking for blood. Won't be able to draw anything. Instead, just feeds a hyper from Boss. Cycling forward, but he's on 1 HP. The teleportation from Angel Boy. What a heads-up play.
And here come FUT Esports now in a position to get back into the lead. Luke is going to come forward now with a hypercharge super, and yes, Nob just simply ceases to exist. Humble get back in the lead. Boss is sitting on a super now as well, and Semantic will be able to go invisible, dive that back line. We need to see a playmate from FUT here, but Lana, is he the one to make it? Boss seems to be handling the Kenji quite admirably. Hosumaki healing pretty crucial there for the Kenji to keep him alive, and a big sashimi now to get himself the elimination. Semantic and Boss are about to fall in a screaming heap as FUT have to make their run back here.
Angel Boy only narrowly survives to keep FUT on this point. It's a 2v1 at mid. Lana gonna use the solo hyper, goes for the kill on Luki, gets it now right on top of Boss, cycles the super once more. Boss equipped with his hypercharge super. This one should get them control, but Lana's doing his best to keep him on low HP. Here it is, FUT Esports just now pulling ahead. One more push for Humble.
Hyper here for Nob just for the raw stats, and that might be enough. It's Lana returning back to the point. 93 plays 88, but Luki's unharmed so far. Big damage off that super. Boss has a gadget to get Humble even. 98 to 97. Humble and Semantic.
Story and FUT are just trying their best to hang in there.
We need to find out who the main character is. Let's guess why we're here, I guess. Luki here trying to at least already pinch onto mid because there's been an early lane switch, getting Edgar out of the Melody lane.
Lana doing his best also to avoid the shots from Luki, getting a few on the save, so he has the nodes. A diff on the left side, they double stacked it. Angel Boy already cracking away the first 25%.
Whereas Luki's being held at bay at the top of the map here by Lana. There's a huge damage differential starting to emerge.
Luki still trying to sneak around the right side. Will be able to avoid the shots from Lana. Wants Angel Boy to just jump over him, basically. Now, gonna take advantage of that gap of pressure. Whoa, expecting the second jump. Angel Boy throwing hands with the scarf.
Angel was having a fantastic game so far. Semantic is one of the brawlers that can deal with him, but what is the super of choice here for Semantic? Well, didn't come at it anyway, I guess.
He's just here to play defense, Edgar. Luki can't even get a super quick to dash away. Edgar has 3 different mobility abilities, so it's so difficult to escape his clutches. It's going to be a missed mark for Lana that isn't so helpful onto Semantic. Deletes Angel Boy in one blow. That's the lane rotation that Humble needed.
Yeah, Semantic now has a chance to go up and test this safe a little bit more. Gotta watch out though, Angel Boy's gonna pop super. They trade each other out. Semantic finds the explosive super, but here's Luke King now. An opportunity to tap the safe, but Humble are not even in the same postcode as FUT Esports in terms of progress.
Pop the gadget, but it's just none the wiser. Really can't do anything about that on the right side. Nob gonna have supreme damage immunity as he marches forward. Now with the teleport onto the safe, gets a couple of taps down to the last shield. Looks for the kill on Nob. It's an appropriate defense from Luki, but Angel Boy is all up on it. One more attack will do it.
It doesn't seem like the Chester is a consistent enough option to answer this Edgar. A player like Angel Boy always seems to be able to find his edges here, and straight away Semantic says, okay, I got this, bro. Hold up, let me cook.
The difficulty with Chester is that he just doesn't have flexibility in the lane matchups. Also, look at Bridge Too Far. It's like the worst map to rotate lanes on because you have all this terrain blocking you. But Semantic diffs the matchup to boot. Now going to go onto the safe. Has the next couple of shots lined up for Angel Boy. Also a super Pop Rocks
Pop
down.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you diss Pop Rocks, bro?
I guess I can't. Now Semantic's right on top of the safe because of those Pop Rocks. Wanted to get it down to 75%. He's going to have some assistance from Boss, who's now in position. Angel Boy doing his best to juke the shots. It's a kill for Boss, and yet more damage on the safe.
We might be racing it. Look at Humble's safe. It's getting absolutely clapped down. Lana under a lot of pressure here. Triple pinch impending. And now, yep, Angel Boy's going to go after Boss. It's unwinnable for Boss, and he knows it. He simply concedes. And once again, FUT have found themselves a nice lead. Semantic trying to play defensive, but Edgar is just impossible to deal with. Sky is out of control. Down to 25%. The last notch in the belt remaining for FUT Esports take the set.
Well, Nob and Angel Boy still have to play some defense. Here it comes. Angel Boy using one as a grappling hook forward, but cannot sustain Boss. Hangs on by just a shred of HP. It's 25.
Wait a minute.
But FUT Esports' safe is disintegrating. Luki has all 3 nodes, and he has the dashes. Meanwhile, Nob right on top of the safe, doing his best. 8% left for FUT Esports. Now defending this next push. A hypercharge popped for Semantic. And victory for Angel Boy, but it's still countered out.
Lukey comes back off spawn just in time. The hypercharged super thrown down by Semantic. Now though, Mark on Boss. One more push for both teams surely would be enough. Boss comes forward, marked up as he is. Semantic now. He falls. Body blocking there from Angel Boy, but it may not be enough as Lukey gets there. 1%! Kidding me? Semantic tries to block. The peak gets him, and here comes Angel Boy. One punch will do it. Brink of defeat. Conveniently within reach to fold into the roster. Let's see how this plays out. The displacement of the BB is going to be important. Look how much space Angel Boy's already made. Semantic, though, knows what his job is. Go after the Willow early and often.
Lana now getting pressured by Semantic. I guess Edgar's just different. Semantic wants to walk this through, but Angel Boy has the but not soon enough. Semantic slots it right on through.
Devastating. It's such a simple game plan here for Humble. Find out where Willow is and go in that direction. Gotta respect the displacement here of Angel Boy, but Luke, he has that anti-tank potential. Nope, super was popped there, but it doesn't really seem to have gotten much effect. Yeah, Cocoon on the Edgar, fine. But mid-control, he's definitely in the hands of Humble.
The Cocoon is clearly not enough to deal with the Edgar. He was a difference maker in the last set. It's shaping up to be the one this set too. Angel Boy marches forward on the right side. Muted, but only temporarily. Can still fend off Semantic, but he's in a 1v2. Can't even get a single swing off. Still waiting to see some greatness from Nob to move Semantic away. But Semantic, when he jumps in, is going to go for Lana first. Gets that Cocoon. No assistance from the team just yet. Has a Hypercharge, and look at the range that the Hypercharge gives you.
And Nob tries to dive there, but that gadget is not going to be enough to keep him alive. Angel Boy goes for a swing. Boss respects the BB, as does Lukey. Just poke Angel Boy down. This is such a hard brawler to play in this spot.
Here comes Angel Boy once again, but it's only a trade in the mind control onto Semantic. All it's going to do is waste some shots. That was not a very good super. Nob wishes he had it now as he gets pinched between Boss and Semantic. Hypercharge.
Oh, Cocoon.
But a stellar defense on that Cocoon to keep Humble from a potential goal.
That could have been game over there. There's the gas cloud onto Angel Boy, though. It's going to be annoying. It's going to take much longer for the BB to be fighting fit again. Nob here across the map. Semantic doesn't connect with the Scarf, and Angel Boy's able to knock the Edgar away. For now.
Semantic again. Nob's going to dive. He's going to be ready as soon as he comes out from underground. But here's a Hypercharge from Angel Boy. Too hasty by far. Can't get any kills off of that. Just a single swing to put Lukey down to half HP. A successful Cocoon for Lana on the left side, but he cannot afford to pressure. Hypercharge in from Semantic. Rapidly changes course. Goes now for Willow, who has the Hypercharge. Just going to use the ordinary super. But Humble are up by 1 goal right now. Impossible at this rate for FUT Esports to bring this back. Nob's going to try and be the hero, Hypercharge style. A tip off to Lana. Lukey also ready to intercept things at the goal line. 2 seconds to go, and no ankle breaker for Lana.
Answer this dive, and yeah, it's still not quite enough, because then you've got to account for, I don't know, the small issue of the Chester and the Otis going to town on you.
BB, apparently not in the math. Angel was still going to go for it, though. Wants the hit with that gadget. Gets a bit of healing.
Oh my God,
Semantic with the team wipe. Who even needs help? 19 seconds in, Edgar already puts it through.
Super cool star power, Edgar. Mains, big fan of that one. Just unkillable, Semantic. Getting health back for the damage that he does. That was nice. 9 control there on Semantic just to keep him at bay. But he'll be ready to fight soon enough. And now with Cocoon, that one didn't connect. It ran into the barrel. Still, FUT Esports, 1 play to the good. Now they're going to be able to catch up another player into Cocoon. Boss can't really defend this. Or can he? No, not a chance.
Had to be a super complicated execution for FUT. However, all of the stars had to align. They needed all of their cooldowns ready. The most important one was Lana getting that Cocoon in an aggressive position rather than a reaction to Semantic jumping on him. They found Semantic first. It was a mind control that helped them do it. Hypercharge in for Semantic. Gets one. Whoa, a little weird on the jump there. Angel Boy still alive. Can't clear the ball. Lukey walks it through.
Hungry for another brick in their wall. A campaign for another World Championship in 26.
Here come the lanes. Whoa, they didn't think Angel Boy was going to run right up mid because who does that at this level of play? He's in hot pursuit of Lukey, running all the way to the back lines, but couldn't get the second shot off in time.
And that's why M. Smith is kind of playable here. You get dove, you can use that indestructible wall to get the guaranteed stun off your buffied gadget.
And Angel Boy has the super as a result of his efforts, Boss, with an immediate reaction of the Nita Bear and a couple more shots of supercharge his way. Exactly in position where he wants to be. Nob on the right side, getting pressured slowly by Semantic. He's just keeping a visual on this brawler, threatening to dive a gem carrier.
Here we go.
It's non-existent gem carrier either. Angel Boy forced into the Shadow Realm. He's not going to be exposed as he goes backwards. Luki with a push away and all the support to stay alive. Nob wants to use the super to get over, just gonna have to pull the trigger and go for it. Boss also pressured, death from above in the hands of Lina. And FUT Esports, despite having all the gems in their hands, can't really confidently push back into this bush.
Semantic's going after Nob here. A couple hits and that super's going to be developed. He gets the gems dropped and now combines with Luki. But Luki's taken into the Shadow Realm. Semantic now has to fend for himself, and Angel Boy gets the horde of gems spilt.
One more gem is all that they need. Nob can play a forward position. Lina also. But they're going to give number 10 to Angel Boy. Humble's got to do this in only a few seconds, otherwise Angel Boy's gonna vanish into the Shadow Realm. 10 seconds to go. Nob with a hypercharge, looks for one or two, but can't get either. Semantic with a jump, and Angel Boy wasn't ready. Should be getting the interruption, but no! They can't kill him in time, and FUT Esports hang on.
That it's tricky for the comp to play into this.
Different rollout for Angel Boy this time. He knows that the same old trick isn't going to work a second time, and Boss was ready for the vanish into mid. The reposition, Boss Semantic with a sneaky push over towards the top side. FUT Esports also created space so as to not feed him his super instantly. Angel Boy is going to go for the push in. Can't get one on Semantic, looks for another onto Boss. 2 more shots will do it, and there's a super. Yeah, was hesitant about whether he would go for it. Also going to go for the gems, but with Semantic respawning with a super that I don't think they anticipated he will exchange.
Semantic at least able to keep the gems on the side of Humble, but FUT Esports have been able to double their total so far. Lina has been extremely solid as a mid in this game, always being ready to use that gadget to escape. But Angel Boy's unsuccessful on the dive. Semantic won't have any follow-up here though, so tough to go after the Janet, especially if she has super in hand.
She's gonna come crashing back down to earth this time without a super on the right side. Boss narrowly wins the interaction. Has to retreat into this bush. Angel Boy has that hypercharge, and now he's been discovered. All of Humble knows he's here. Semantic gets a dip on the right side, stays alive. But Esports could get possession of the bushes if they want it. Nob, likewise, on the left side, pushing it. It's a hypercharge for Boss on the right side. But it's not going to do all that much. Angel Boy still has other plans. He just wants to find an enemy to sit inside of their radius, grab his super, then hypercharge and a theft of all the gems.
Boss is just taking over the game here. Look at him forcing Lina back into his spawn. And this puts Humble up to 9 gems. Here's the 10th. Semantics ready to run interference now as Angel Boy shows himself. Couple of slashes, warded off. 10 seconds left.
Nob in from the right side has no super. Lina's just going to go for it as much damage as he can. Angel Boy also has the hypercharge. So where's the connection? Luki so far away. Angel Boy into the realm and no one to interrupt.
What a dodge being taken down by the aftermath. And that left FUT with very little to work with.
Angel Boy's going to go for the gadget up mid this time. Boss was ready. Luki also with a gadget away. Semantic with a victory on the right side also. Utter decimation of FUT Esports in the early game. Humble with full control. They just don't really have abilities to show for it. Boss would like to be further along onto his super. Also, note the lane swap. With Angel Boy on the right side, it's an instant success.
Worth spending the super on taking the pesty kid out of the equation. Now, though, Angel Boy can be a menace from behind this wall and build yet another super. Here's the dive into the Shadow Realm. He goes. Semantic there doesn't need to be attached to Luki as Angel Boy is revealed, but Luki's going to be on his own in a few seconds. FUT Esports content, though, to keep this map controlled and not press the issue.
Just keep that fight as forward as they can. Allow the gems to spawn behind them. Lina doesn't seem to believe in how much they can sustain, but Nob rings true on the left side, Angel Boy on the right, and Luki continues to be pressured back into spawn.
5 plays 4, the gem total. Big long dive by Semantic goes after Nob, but no one's going to help him really. Angel Boy emerges, but Luki has that super. And Boss is able to handle the Lily. This should get Humble back into the map, at least enough that Luki can get to 5 gems.
Yeah, Boss can even just pop that hypercharge as is. Wants a visual on the enemy first. Semantic gonna get the initial interaction on the Nob, but it's no kill. Kind of weird, he was completely isolated. Now the hypercharge out, but it's only an exchange. Bruce the Bear's gonna push Lina backwards. Who's thinking about getting gem number 7, but this one heads to Luki.
Honest work from Luki, just picking up these gems as his teammates frankly int to make the space for him. Humble on the precipice here of victory in this set. FUT very close to taking us to a 5th and final. Angel Boy drops into the Shadow Realm now and is going to be looking for Luki. Can Semantic intercept him? Yes! The hyper charge comes through. It's not going to be enough. Nob here putting pressure down. Humble, 8 gems and counting. FUT Esports have the map control though.
This was a go-ahead for FUT Esports to go for the enemy gem carrier, but everyone was in the perfect position. They expended all of their abilities, and there was nothing to do. FUT Esports now moving backwards. Smantic going to be the first one to pressure up on the right side, and here comes Bruce from Boss. Pushing alongside it into the corner. Lena forced to take to the sky, goes for the kill, and should retreat to safety. 5 seconds to go, but Lukey ties up the countdown.
Okay, it is going to be 10 apiece. Humble make their way back into the map, but Angel Boy has a hypercharge ready to roll. This would get FUT through to a set number 5 and a chance to threaten the throne. Boss will pressure the Lily down. Angel Boy has to use a gadget. That is that one gem that he's taken with him. Semantic big dive on the left. The gems is built.
Angel Boy is the last hope of miss hypercharge. It's 2 versus 3 in 10 seconds to go. Lukey retreating onto the right side. They need a savior from above. Lena is going to do everything he can, but the pins are in the air. Can you hear it? The voices calling your name. They're singing the praises of Brawl's true gods.
Legacies are not built in a day. They're not built overnight. It's weeks, months, years of consistent excellence, commitment to victory. And we are witnessing that exact legacy being built right before our eyes. In front of a home crowd, the adoring EMEA fans, Humble will ascend to take their second consecutive Brawl Cup title. This team are here to do it all. And this year might once again be their year. We're gonna head down to the stage, get some words from the champions alongside Barney Banks.
It's back-to-back for EMEA, and it is back-to-back for Team Humble! Wow, oh wow. What a phenomenal tournament. First and foremost, I would like to say we are joined on the main stage by Kenny himself to deliver you your medals. I would like to quickly tell you the importance of these medals right here. These are created by Thomas Light, who is a precious metal worker who's built some of the most iconic sports trophies of all time, like Wimbledon tennis, the Golden Boot. So look after these with your life and enjoy wearing them as well. Boss, how does it feel back-to-back on the main stage, taking out a formidable opponent?
It feels so fucking good. Everyone on Humble of supporting, we could hit you anyway, like it was fucking insane. I'm so happy about this, and even more my teammates that are from Germany, and we are in Germany, so congrats.
That's right, you should be proud. Semantic, not only back-to-back, like we're gonna say over and over again, but in front of a home crowd.
Vielen Dank an alle Deutsche, wir haben's geschafft!
Lukey, I'm not gonna forget about you, Lukey. In fact, I'm gonna do, yeah, come over here. I was gonna cross over. I tell you what, Lukey, you've been cold as ice this entire tournament. You've been laser focused. I've been watching you. It's been phenomenal to see you show up on the main stage once again. Tell me what's going through your mind right now and how that experience was on the main stage.
I mean, honestly, I was just trying to avoid the microphone because last time I said back-to-back, we're not gonna make it, but this time we did back-to-back, and we're the only team who actually won Brawl Cup twice now.
That is right, the only team to win the Brawl Cup back-to-back, and the only team to win a Brawl Cup full stop. Lukey, I'm gonna get you to join your teammates over here because for one final time, Uber Eats Music Hall, Berlin, make some noise for your 2026 Brawl Cup champions. It's Humble!